What's up everyone, this is Logan Romney with Creative Hunter Media. It is getting close to springtime here in the western states. I live in Idaho and spring bear hunting season is literally like a week away for me right now. So for some people it's already started, for some people it's coming up. I'm going to run you through a quick rundown of all of the clothing from Thlete that I would take on a backcountry spring bear hunt. A lot of the hunts that I do are backpack hunts for multiple days, anywhere from like 5 to 10 days. And so we're out there for a long time and the weather can be kind of crazy. Sometimes we're going to get some snow, sometimes we're going to get rain, and then it can also get pretty warm in the spring. So it's really important to just have the layers and be prepared for that spring weather when you're out there spring bear hunting. So when it comes to clothing systems, I am a big proponent of having a layering system that is well thought out and well prepared. So first things first is I'm going to start with a base layer that is moisture wicking, that is light enough I can wear it if the temperatures get warm, but also something that I'll wear underneath all my other gear when it starts to get cold. So what I really love merino layers, base layers, because first of all, they're pretty comfy. They don't collect as much smell as synthetic layers do. So if you're out there for a long time, it's not going to stink quite as bad as a synthetic layer will. And I love how comfortable merino is. So on a hunt like this, for a base layer, I'm going to start off with the Summit Merino. This is the quarter zip merino from Thlete. I really love this. It's super lightweight, so if it's like a warm day, I can still have this on. I'm still going to be protected from the sun and the elements, but I'm also not going to be too hot. But this is also a layer I'm going to be pretty much wearing the whole time, even when I'm sleeping, when I'm out hiking around, when I've got my puffy layers on top. This is just the base layer, right? I might also bring like an extra, like a t-shirt like this right here, just to have a couple layers to switch them back and forth on, or whatever. Something that I've done in the past when I'm on long hunts, especially archery hunts, is I'll bring like an AS1 stretch hoodie in camouflage. Reason is it's super light, it is a synthetic material, and it has a hood and it has a face mask built in. So if you are doing a lot of archery stocks, let's say it's a mule deer hunt or an elk hunt in the West, you want that concealment, you want the face mask, this is a great one, especially for those warmer hunts because it's super thin and super light. Next layer on top is going to be just a thin insulative but an active insulation layer. So there's kind of two layers that I would take, and it kind of depends on the hunt. First one is the Delta hoodie. So this Delta hoodie, it's a little bit thicker of a material than like a super thin lightweight material, but it's very stretchy. It's got a hood on it. One of the things I like about a layer like this is that I'll wear this if it's cold in the morning and I'm hiking to a glassing knob or sitting at the glassing knob. I'll throw this on because it's just a little bit of insulation, but it's not too much that I can't move around and hike in it. So love this layer. The other piece that I would take that's comparable to the Delta hoodie is just the grid fleece hoodie. So this is the quarter zip grid fleece. Same thing with this one, is it's a technical, more of an active insulation piece. So it's breathable, but it also has a little bit of insulation on it. So if you're moving and it's cold, you don't want to take off all your layers, or if you're sitting there and you need a good warm base layer, this is a great layer to have. Something like the Delta hoodie or the grid fleece, both of them are pretty comparable, and they're both pieces that I use in the backcountry. Next, when it comes to top layer, layering system is going to be some sort of shell jacket. So I really like this fall jacket. A couple of reasons why I like it is it's like it's a half zip and it has a full front pocket in the front. So pretty nice. You can either store something in that front pocket or whatever, you keep your hands warm. But this is going to be a little bit of like a wind blocker. If it's really windy, or if I'm moving around and it's really cold and I need some sort of wind layer to throw on, or even if it's slightly drizzling and I don't want to pull out all my rain gear, this is a great jacket. This jacket is a little bit different than some of the other shell jackets that Thlete has. Like I said, the zipper, it's only a half zipper, not a full zipper. It does have a hood though, and it does have a mask inside the hood, which is super nice. I love this jacket. This is a jacket that I wear literally all the time, especially when it gets windy or a little cold. I'll throw this jacket on. Now, as a Western hunter, there's one piece of gear that I pretty much always have on any hunt, even if it's midsummer hunts. I have a puffy jacket. So this is the Tailwind puffy jacket. So it's a synthetic insulation. It's not down, it's synthetic. So it's a little bit lighter. It's good because if it ever does get wet, it's still gonna hold its insulation value compared to a down piece. But it doesn't have quite as much warmth as a down piece would. On hunts like this, like a spring bear hunt, I am not too concerned about having the warmest puffy out there. This is gonna get by just fine, especially later in the spring and kind of early summer to early fall hunts. This puffy jacket is gonna work great. So this is the Tailwind jacket. Highly recommend it. It's super light, it packs down super small. And a puffy is just a piece that it could literally save your life. It's almost like an extra sleeping bag when you're out there in the backcountry. I'll wear this when I get to glassing knobs, if I'm glassing for a while in the morning or in the evening, and then back at camp all the time. All right, we're gonna talk pants, and then I'm gonna jump over to rain gear to finish it up. So the pants I'm using on this hunt are the T1000 pants from Thlete. A couple things I look for in a pant is I love having a side vent. So these pants have a side vent, so you can open it up and vent out while you're hiking. These pants are super durable. I have one of the camel pairs of these pants and used them on a couple hunts last fall. Really held up, really impressed with them. Personally, my legs get really hot when I'm hiking. So this T1000 pant, it's a lighter pant compared to most pants. And so I can unzip those side vents and air out if I'm getting too hot. And even if it's a really hot day, like I said, I'm gonna unzip, air out, take a break, cool down. Most of the time in the middle of the day, I'm probably just hanging out glassing or in pursuit of an animal. So I wanna make sure I've got a good pant that's versatile, it's gonna keep me warm, but also let me cool off when I'm actually moving. So next, we're gonna talk about rain gear. Rain gear is essential, especially for a spring hunt, because you never know if you're going to encounter snow or rain or both, and it's almost inevitable that a springtime hunt you're gonna have some sort of weather. So right here we have the white squall rain jacket and rain pant. Surprisingly enough, on most of my hunts, I'm using rain pants more than I am a rain jacket. And here's why. When I get up in the morning and there's dew on the ground, or if it had just rained that night, most of the time I don't really need a rain jacket, but I'm gonna put my rain pants on to keep my pants dry when I'm walking, if there's dew on grass or trees, or if it had just rained the night before. That way I'm keeping my pants dry on the inside, I'm keeping my socks dry and my boots dry, and everything's good to go. So rain gear is super important. So I've got the rain pants and the rain jacket. They both normally go in the bottom of my pack because most of the time, if I always want them with me, but I really don't need them a ton until I actually do. So rain gear's always coming. It gets used on every hunt. Might as well have it. If not, like, it's gonna suck. You're gonna get wet, and especially if you're on a backcountry hunt and you're trying to pack stuff in, it's hard to dry out when you're in the backcountry if you don't have good tent, good stove, good fire, whatever it is. So rain gear is important, and that's kind of the last thing that wraps up everything that I have in my pack on my kit when I'm on kind of this spring type of hunt. So this is everything that's coming with me this year. And like I said, we've got hunts coming up here in about a week. We're gonna be out. The first one's a 10-day hunt, backpacking in. This is all the gear I'm taking just to be prepared. It's really important to have all of your clothing dialed in, your layering system, and really just a knowledge of how layering systems work and how you should be using that on the mountain. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope this helps you make some decisions when it comes to layering, especially for Western hunts. Check out all of this gear on Thlete's website and check out their YouTube channel for more content just like this.